What's going on? It's Ann Erickson from the RIF and Midnight Metal, and I'm really happy to be here with the Native Howl. How are you guys?
We're great.
Great.
Yeah, I'm good. It's great to be here with you and, introduce yourselves, explain what you do in the band.
So my name's Alex Holycross, and I play acoustic guitar and sing in the Native Howl, as it were.
Hey, my name's Chandler. I play bass guitar and sing backing vocals in the Native Howl.
I'm Jake. I play banjo mostly, a little bit of guitar and some harmonica. Yeah, our drummer is MIA today.
Our drummer
Zach
is absent, Zach Bowling, who plays the drums for us. So we got 3 out of 4, which isn't bad.
No, that's awesome. Tell me a little about how you guys formed.
Well, Jake and I have been playing together in some iteration or another since like 2012. We've all known each other since we were like 15, so since like 2005. Chan and I went to high school together. We've all known each other over half our lives, and in 2015 we started playing the kind of music we play right now, which is thrash grass, combination of thrash metal and bluegrass. Yeah, and I think in like 2015 was when that whole train wreck started.
No, that's awesome. It's such a unique sound. I love hearing different genres come together, and it's something that's very different and unique.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
It's
thanks.
fun. It's lots of fun.
Yeah, and you guys are kind of from Detroit and everything. We were talking about that before we started rolling. So tell me about that.
Well, I mean, it's an honor to be on the riff.
Yeah, it is.
We grew up on the riff, like Big Daddy Arthur P. Like we're from Detroit. This was like how we were born and bred, was coming up on the riff. So it's kind of surreal to like be talking to you and seeing like riff logos and Dave and Chuck, like grew up on Dave and Chuck the Freak. So this is like a huge honor for all of us. I forgot what the original question was, but
that was fine. I wanted to get rolling on Riff because we were talking about it before. So no, I'm really happy. We're honored to have you guys on. It's great to see a band from Detroit, doing so well in the national scene. That's always a really nice thing.
Yeah, we got to bring back some rock and roll. So we're trying to, do something a little different here and get it back in there.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys actually just got off tour with GWAR, which is so awesome. I love GWAR. I mean, who doesn't love GWAR? So tell me all about that.
I brought some show and tell props. I'll let the other guys tell you about it while I grab my props.
Yeah, first and foremost, the GWAR is awesome. Like, they are so I guess it's not what you would think, but they're very accommodating to the bands, and they were great to us, and they gave us, great crowds to play to every single night, and the opportunity to go out and play live music again. So it was just an awesome experience all around, but wild, as you would imagine.
I think that's like the best kept secret, and I didn't want to say it too much. I almost said it on the last night of tour because I think it takes away from like the lore of GWAR. They're complete mensches. Like, they're the sweetest guys ever, and were super kind and gracious to us when they didn't really have to be. And here's my show and tell prop. Is the final night of tour, the 3 of us, Jake and Chan and I, all went into the GWAR pit, and we said, all right, our playing's over, we're done, the month is done, so I'm gonna get a Native Howl thrash grass shirt soaked in various GWAR alien bodily fluids, I'll say, because we're on the FM radio. But yeah, that's my show and tell prop, is the Native Howl shirt soaked by GWAR, various GWAR bodily fluids. So it was super fun. And GWAR rocks. They're awesome.
Wow, that's great. What a great experience too for you guys to have. And another great experience, you guys are on No Cover. And I hear that you're fan favorites, which is very exciting. So how is that show going? What's it like being judged by, Alice Cooper?
Oh, it was amazing. He, obviously being from Michigan and all, we bonded over that. And I always say this, but my dad, like, I grew up on Alice Cooper. It's my dad's favorite artist, like, for forever. He dressed up as him when he was 18 years old, So that was really cool to, like, have my father see us on there with him as the main judge. And it was one of the greatest experiences we've ever had. I mean, it really, like, took us to the next level, just doing the whole thing and getting us on the map online and everything.
And it was like No Cover was after towards the end of that, like, you know, our band had a real struggle through that COVID lull with not being able to tour and not being able to get together and even play. It was, even to play music together was a struggle. So like No Cover, besides being like the honor of a lifetime and being the coolest, craziest thing we've ever done, in many ways it was like the galvanization required to like save our band. So like beyond anything beyond anything else, it saved my life and saved our band. And yeah, it was just the coolest thing of all time.
Yeah.
And being judged by all these musicians, like especially Alice Cooper, being from Detroit, but to be judged by like 5 legends that we generally or genuinely respect is just like, I still get chills thinking about it. Like it's still just the craziest thing we've ever done. So much fun. So much fun.
What is it like getting back out there after COVID and finally being able to, you know, perform live and stuff? It's got to be just so exhilarating.
Yeah, I felt alive again for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah.
But it's funny, after the first 3 shows or something, it's almost like those 2 years just went out the window, and it's just like riding a bike. You just get back out and start playing again. And you're just right back in it, but on a bigger stage, which was amazing. So it was just incredible to get out again and play. It's what we live for.
We finally felt like a band again, like all together for a month straight, bonding over the music and just talking. And
It's almost like this is what we started all this, this is why we do this.
Yeah.
Was to go around the country and play for crowds.
believe it or not, we love playing live. You wouldn't think being musicians, but we love it.
Kind of a big part of being in a band. So
Yeah.
The best part of being in a band.
a little bit. So what are your thoughts on the state of
super
metal
fun.
music? Do you think it's in a good place?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
If you're in the quote unquote know, like if you're in the know of it, I think it's in a fine place. Obviously on the masses, the scale of the masses, I don't think it's doing as well as I'd like to see it. But I could see that changing a bit. But there's so many good new metal bands out there. Sometimes you just need to know somebody who knows a lot about it, and they'll give you all of them, So it's still kind of word of mouth, I think, to some extent, like finding the great metal bands. But once you're in, you're in.
It seems like also that we're in the midst of like a revival or something of a revival of like the Bay Area underground tape scene.
Yeah.
With this spread of technology, and especially like the new social media like TikTok and whatever the hell else they're cooking up that we won't know about for a year, but like just the ability for bands and musicians and artists and creators to share what they write and what they compose with the world. It seems like there's this strange revival, but to the umpteenth degree of like the Bay Area underground tape scene, where like the possibilities for spreading your name are endless, but my only fear is that of oversaturation.
Right.
Where I get overloaded because there's just so many good bands and so many good artists putting out so much stuff that I just, at certain times, I have to just throw my hands up in the air and go, all right, well, I'm just locking myself in my room with a guitar and going to focus on what we're doing, because there's just so much good stuff out there.
Yeah, I feel like everyone needs their own little heavy metal mentor who just kind of directs the right bands.
That's him.
Yeah,
That's
All right.
Chan is like the resident band heavy metal mentor.
That's a great job title.
Put that on a resume.
Heavy.
Right. You're hired. So do you have a number one favorite metal band of all time? I know that's hard.
I got mine. Mine's for sure Iron Maiden. I love
Oh,
it.
gotta love Iron Maiden.
They're the best. They're mad. Iron Maiden to me equals magic for a lot of different reasons, but it's a family.
Jake, what's yours?
It's Metallica.
Yeah.
I there's a lot that I like and that's up there, but they're the one band that I'll always go back to and just put on, when I'm driving, and that's number one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think as far as heavy metal is concerned, like that overarching genre, I think I got to say Metallica too. They're like the reason we all started in one way or another. And then I'll have to speak for our drummer, Zach, but I think he would be, this is my second, I think his first would be Pantera.
Probably
Right?
Pantera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
Yeah.
close
Metallica
second for
and
me too.
Pantera are like neck and neck, and Sabbath too.
Yeah, Sabbath. Yeah.
But yeah, Zach loves Pantera. We all love Pantera and Metallica and Maiden.
Yeah.
I think those would be like the top three, and Sabbath
And
too,
Sabbath, yeah.
as a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all good ones. I got to see the On Tour with Sabbath. That was my only time seeing them, but wow, that was amazing.
I saw that tour twice. I saw
Yeah.
I would have if I could have.
Yeah.
I saw it in two cities. It was like, and I saw him back in 2012. I drove to Chicago. Chan, we
Yeah.
both drove to Chicago and saw them in
And
2012
Lollapalooza.
at or
Lollapalooza.
We always say Lollapalooza because that's a Lake Orion festival.
Yeah.
We saw them at Lollapalooza. It'd be crazy if Black Sabbath
Oh.
played Lollapalooza.
Phenomenal.
But we saw him in 2012 for Lollapalooza, and it was like one of my favorite moments in like when Chan speaks of like musical magic. You remember when Ozzy was playing the harmonica and for the Wizard,
Yeah.
and he was playing the entrance of the Wizard by Black Sabbath, and he was up on the jumbotron and he was playing the harp, and he like hit a wrong note and screwed up and went, and then he just stopped, and all the jumbotron cameras were on, and he was just blown up, and you could see him on like 8 different cameras or screens rather, and he just goes, "This is Ozzy," and he just goes, and then and kicks into the song. I was like, yes.
Like, what can you do?
This is what I live for.
I love it. That's awesome. Those are great picks too. I know for me, I think it'd be either Maiden or Judas Priest.
Nice. Love Priest. What's your
Those are
favorite
good ones.
Priest album?
Yep, definitely.
What's your
Well,
favorite?
great. What's up ahead for you guys? Do you have new music in the works?
Yes, we do. Yep, we've got a new single that should be coming out shortly, and then we actually have 10 songs written. We're just kind of planning out a recording schedule, and there'll be news coming out about it shortly, I'm sure.
That's something to look forward to.
We got a couple.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We got a couple irons in the fire.
Well, keep us posted here at RIF.
Yes.
We will.
Oh, we will.
Yeah, we would love to keep you posted. And honestly, like we've done a lot of radio before, but it truly is like surreal and an honor to be on the RIF. Because again, like this is what we grew up with. So thank you. It's really fun to be on.
It's classic.
It's classic.
Yeah.
No, the RIF was like, and still are like a bastion, like a guiding musical light. When you want to speak of like a heavy metal mentor, the RIF was that for us growing up. Like they always showed us the trends of music and where music was going. So hopefully we can be a small little part of what the RIF does, is showing people where musical trends are going. Either way, super fun. And please tell Dave and Chuck the Freak that we love them. And I called into their show a bunch of times and I love it. So, thank you.
That's awesome. Well, the Native Howl, again, it's been great having you on. And, best of luck to you. Definitely keep us posted.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, we will.